Dominate stretch.
Great pick right here, around to the right.
Divino may not have dominated like some previous rides this weekend, but it's more than enough. We are going to have a new #1 here in Tulsa. He only needs 75 and change. He's going to get that and then some, 86 3/4.
Yeah, and Stretch has a really good day here. The thing you're going to see, and you mentioned it, Lucas gets out of shape right here. Now he's off to the side, so now the rider score is going to go down. The bull score is going to stay good, but the rider score is going to go down. That's what keeps that from being in the 89 to 90 point range.
Especially if you want to have a long-term career, I always go with what Tandy would say.
Following Alves's lead, Lucas Divino goes on the board, and it was interesting to note, Mac, for me, to see that positioning of the free arm. Seemed like he tried to keep it a little bit lower throughout the ride, and it worked there.
Yeah, and he was able to get it where he needed it. And this bull, as the ride progresses, you can see he never really has a whole lot of kick, but so he doesn't have to get that free arm up a lot of times. And there are certain guys that have great balance, and they don't need to use their free arm a whole lot.
77 1/4, guys, re-ride option. And if it's under 80, the rule is he has to take it. So we will see Divino again. Right, here we go. Divino able to show that he's got the stuff. And that feeds into the point we're making, J-Dub, isn't it? About how all these riders should be confident in their ability to win.
You're a bull rider. You're a cowboy. You're coming here and say, I can ride a bull for 8 seconds better than anybody in the world. You've got to have that confidence. You've already got what it takes to climb on one. Now go try to win first. Don't try to settle for 5th because there's no points in it. And if you're not gaining points, you're not trying to win a world title.
That's the 12th qualified ride of the round.
Have some inside to him. If you get set up, he's going to whip you to the outside.
Lucas Divino solves the bovine puzzle. The riders are finally on the board, and we could have a lead change. He needs 87 points, and you got to figure Mr. Majestic gave him all that.
Well,
89 1/2.
And he hipped himself there, and again there. It makes him move out of those jumps and widen that spin out. That helps Divino, but you know what? That's out of his control. All he can do is keep riding, jump for jump, get the whistle, see what happens, and then let the judges work it out.
89 1/2 on the ride. He might
by that top 35 at the end of the year. You got to go to Australia in November or those velocity events, Scott.
So Sober Sensations, and his riding percentage is going to go up. Lucas Divino, after that top 3 finish in Glendale, the Auction Invitational, has put himself in a fine shape coming into day number 1 of this Caterpillar Classic. And he will go to second place right now with 87 points for Lucas Divino. 87. And right now, put him into the number 2 spot for round number 1.
Handed vest hold. Red man turns into Divino's hand, and that's a second score. We've got another rider, 2 for 2.
Redman changes things up, goes to the right. You know, especially where this bull's kind of close to the fence, you don't see him often turn back that close to the fence, but he does. Lucas does a great job picking him up.
Yeah, 84.5. The judges do just enough to move Lucas Divino into that top spot with Claudio Montagna Jr. out, and Lucas is with Kate.
That we don't know much about, but Divino doesn't need to know much to do his job, and 8 seconds later, Divino gets one here in Georgia.
2 things I want you to watch when the gate opens, Matt. When this bull hits flat-footed, watch Lucas kind of drop to the inside of that spin. And then watch 2 things. Watch his free arm. Oh, they could get him for a slap there. And then watch his free arm, and then watch his head. Right here, as he starts to go down in there, he starts pulling that shoulder in, starts pulling that elbow in tight. Watch his head now. He's looking to the outside of that spin, trying to keep all the momentum, everything to the outside. That's paying attention to bull riding right there.
Well, Lucas Divino's got 84.5 points, and he's standing by with Kate.
And he feels good about that one, guys. What's the key to staying center, making such a good ride away from your...
What sort of consistency? Well, there's the 9. Ty, break this down, because that was perhaps a little bit more deceptive to the naked eye than you as an expert know, but the Wizard with some lumbering, powerful maneuvers.
Yeah, for me, sometimes a bull like that can be hard to ride because, you know, when you're talking about counter movement, it's about getting into a rhythm. And when you see a bull hesitating and then kind of lurching and jerking like that, he does a good job of still matching it and kind of waiting on him and then going when he goes. And you can see how aware he was the whole time of where he needed to be. A lot like Silvano Alves, you could kind of see him looking to that outside and having a focus on where he needed his body weight to be. That looked like a real pro to me.
Third rider we've seen on the clock. Lucas Divino earns every point. That bull had been 20-1 in his career, but Divino didn't care about the stats, and the riders are on the board.
A really good ride. You watch when this bull comes around, he's kind of stepping ahead in that spin. When I say that, he's not coming back underneath himself. His front feet's moving forward, jumping forward there, and then he moves forward there, and then around the next. He's not really spinning. He's bucking in a real tight square, and that's a real hard bull to track around them corners, but Lucas did a real good job of it.
Brand new Brazilians that I just learned about from Justin Felisko. I still don't know how to say their names, so hopefully next week I'll figure it out.
Divino does it again. Now 4 for 5 on the Premier Series, and LJ, just like the good ones always do, he made that look easy.
And he did, and that bull was not easy. He was moving forward, swinging his head. That's a bull that if you're not really concentrating on on the next move, that he's going to get you thrown off, and he did. He just made it look really easy right there.
85 points, Scott, and you can bet, right, we're going to see this guy next to a win column pretty soon.
Yeah, Divino is here to stay. So up top, Ezekiel Mitchell. The only man to ride this bull was Wallace de Oliveira.
Until tonight.
Make that another Brazilian doing it. Lucas Divino. Cowboys, Red River, J.D. Nix Rodeo.
They made a good ride, too. This bull's got a little gas to him, and he's got an ill timing, like he's inside, outside. He doesn't really kick the same every jump. Swinging his head. Got a little in and out to him. That was a good bull ride.
Scores coming in 86.5 points for Lucas Divino.